Now let us study the trends in atomic properties of the first transition series. We have only the first transition series for the study in this 12th standard. Now trends, you know what is mean by trends? Gradual change. Trends means gradual change in group from top to bottom or in a series from left to right in the periodic table, that are called as the trends. Trends means gradual change in the properties of the elements. Now these are the transition elements. So gradual change in the properties of the transition element in, that is the group from top to bottom or in series from left to right. Series, you know, periods. But we have only the series. We have to study the D block element, that is the transition element. There are the 4 different series of the transition elements. First transition series, that is the 3D series. Second transition series, that is the 4D series. Third transition series, that is the 5D series. And fourth transition series, that is the 6D series. Now we have to study only the first transition series, that is the 3D series. Now the first, that is the property to study trends in the property is the atomic and ionic radar. Now first see the atomic radar. What happened in the atomic radar? Now in 11th standard I told you that as we go in the periodic table from left to right in the periods, what happened about the size of the atom? Atomic size decreases, not increases. Remember that. Why? I also tell you that reason. As we go from left to right, that is from alkali, alkaline earth metal, D block elements and into the non-metals, from left to right, the atomic size decreases though the atomic number increases. Then what is the reason? There is increase in the nuclear charge, atomic number increases. Then what we think? Definitely size must be increased. But instead of increase the size decreases. What is the reason about that? Because though the atomic number increases from left to right, what happens? The shell, that is the outermost shell, remains as it is. That is, shell does not change. In the same shell, the electrons get added. There is no increase in the shell. As the electron get added into the same shell, what happens? They are more strongly attracted toward the nucleus because nuclear charge increases but the shell number remains as it is. So the electrons get attracted more and more towards the nucleus. So instead of increasing the size from left to right in the periodic table, the size decreases because though the atomic number increases from left to right, but the number of shells does not increase. The shell remains the same. Only in that shell, one electron get added into the every element's atom. And therefore, the nuclear charge, that is the increasing atomic number, that is number of protons, attract the same shell, though there are the more electrons in that shell, but it attracts more strongly because the shell does not increase or does not, there is increase in the shell and the same shell is there but the atomic number is greater, and so instead of increasing the size, the size get shrink, that is atom get shrink and the size of the atom decreases. Remember that, from left to right in the series or in the period. Same trend is here in the atomic radar, because as the size of the atom decreases, definitely the radar of the atom also decreases. So atomic radar of the elements of the transition series decreases. gradually, slowly from left to right in the series. Remember that, from left to right. That is, this is the third series, that is the first series. So from scandium to zinc, the size of the atom decreases, though their atomic number increases, because in the same shell, that is the 3D shell. Here, in case of transition series, n-1d. So if it is the that is the first transition series, n-1d means 3d. If it is the second transition series, 4d. If it is the third transition series, 5th d. And if it is the fourth transition series, 6th d. In this way, what happened? The size from scandium to zinc get decreases, and so the atomic radii also get decreases. Remember that. And therefore, what say? Now, because the nuclear charge increases, I told you already, because of the increase in the nuclear charge by 1 unit at every time, 1 unit by 1 unit. For example, scandium have atomic number 21, titanium have 22, vanadium have 23, chromium have 24, cobalt have 25, iron have 26, nickel have 28, and that is the copper have 29, and zinc have 30. In this way, the atomic number increases by 1 unit, and what happens? That is nuclear charge. Mean atomic number means nuclear charge. By 1 unit at a time, the last electron enter in the penultimate n-1 d subshell only. If it is the 3D series, that is the 3D orbital. The d orbital is more diffuse. Yes. Again, what happened? D orbital have the lobes as that of the p orbital. That means it is diffuse. So it is not as that of the s orbital. S orbital is circular, and due to the circular means it is the what we call spherical orbital. S orbital is the spherical orbital, and here suppose there is nucleus, positively charged nucleus is there. So due to the s orbital, what happened? The force of this nucleus does not go to the outermost shell electron very strongly. That means s orbital have the great screening effect. But due to the that is dumbbell shaped nature of the d orbitals, what happened? The force of this nucleus can go from this side up to the electron, and this positively charged nucleus attract that electron towards itself, and instead of increasing size get decreases, because d orbital is very diffuse and the screening effect is very less as compared to the s orbitals in case of d orbital, and so they cannot screen the force of this nucleus from that electrons, and so the electrons get attracted toward that nucleus. Now see here, as that shape of the d orbital is very diffuse, so small screening effect is observed, so the effective nuclear charge increases, and that attracts the electrons more strongly towards itself, and the atomic number increases, the effective nuclear charge increases, and so in the series atomic radii decreases due to the attraction towards the nucleus, because the screening effect is very less, because the d orbitals are diffused orbitals. And the same trend is observed observed in case of the ionic radii also. That is same trend means as we go from left to right into the period, the ionic radii. Do you know the difference in ionic and atomic radii? Atomic radii means neutral atoms radii, and ionic radii means one or two electron get evolved from that becomes ions, and the ionic radii also have the same trend, that is the size of the ionic radii. That is ionic radii means distance from center to last shell get decreases as we go from left to right, because there is also increase in the nuclear charge due to the elimination of electron or evolution of the electron. And next, that is the property, that is the ionization enthalpy. In 11th standard we learned the definition of ionization enthalpy. So in 12th standard there is not given the definition, but I give you the definition. The energy, what is the ionization enthalpy? The energy required to remove the outermost electron or electron from the outermost shell is called as the ionization enthalpy. Now we know that as the size increases, ionization enthalpy decreases. In group, size always increases from top to bottom, so IP decreases. But what happened in the series or in period? In series and in period, size decreases. We already learned this. Size decreases, and due to that decrease in size, what happened? The attraction of this positively charged nucleus and electron gets increased. As size decrease, attraction between the positively charged nucleus and electron get decreased. So that nucleus cannot easily give that electrons. That means more energy is required to remove that electron because size decreases from left to right in the series or in the period. And due to that, what happened? The more energy is required to remove the outermost electron because attraction of the nucleus is greater due to the small size, and therefore ionization enthalpy always increases as we go from left to right into the periods in any period. And in this D series also, in the D series, any D series 3D, 4D or 5th D or 6th D series, always from left to right as we go from scandium to, that is mercury and zinc, cadmium to zinc, yttrium to mercury. In this way there are the D series, and into that the size decreases and so the ionization enthalpy increases. Remember that. So what is given here? What is given here? The energy required to remove the electron from the outermost shell is called as the ionization. In short, it is shown as IE, ionization enthalpy. The ionization enthalpy of transition elements are intermediate. Now what they say, though the ionization enthalpy increases from left to right, but the value of the magnitude of the ionization enthalpy of these D block elements which are at the center in between S block and P block, so their ionization enthalpy values are also in intermediate between the values of S block and P block. Now we know that the ionization enthalpy of S block elements are very low, the ionization enthalpy of P block elements are very high, but the ionization enthalpy of these D block elements which are at the center are always in intermediate between the values of S block element and P block element. So the ionization enthalpy of transition elements are intermediate between those of the S block and P block elements. And as we go across the transition series, any transition series, always the first ionization enthalpy is less as compared to the second, and second is less, remember this order, as compared to third. Why this happened? Because when we remove one electron, there is the plus charge on that. Suppose that is, suppose the iron or manganese you can take. Now we know that manganese have from 2 to 7 oxidation state. So if we remove the one electron, Mn plus 1 is formed. If we remove the 2 electron, Mn plus 2 will be formed. And if we remove the 3 electron, Mn3 plus will be formed. Now can you tell me which ion of this Mn plus 2 and Mn plus 3, which ion can easily remove the electron from the outermost shell? Which ion can easily remove? This Mn first, because in these 2 and 3 the positive charges increases. That is, the strength of the nucleus is more. So they attract, positive charges are more, so they attract the electrons again forcibly towards themselves. That means they cannot permit the electron to go outside. And so always these ions have the highest ionization enthalpy, that is plus 3 ions as compared to plus 2 and plus 1 ion. And therefore the first ionization enthalpy means the enthalpy required to remove the first electron. Second ionization enthalpy means enthalpy to remove the second electron, that is 2 electron. And third ionization enthalpy means the enthalpy or energy required to remove the 3 electrons. So remember that order. And again the ionization enthalpy of third transition series are greater than that of the first and second transition series. Then what is the reason of that? Why the ionization enthalpy of first transition series is greater as compared to second and third transition series? It is because the atoms of the elements of the third transition series, the atoms of the elements of the third transition series possess filled 4f orbital. Now there are the 4f orbital in the third transition series. The 4f orbital is completely filled of the 14 electrons are there. You know that in the f orbital there are the 14 electrons, and 4f orbital show poor shielding effect. As compared to d orbital also show the poor shielding effect, but F is more diffuse than d again. So the shielding effect of F is also more poor, that is poor shielding effect on account of their that is the particular diffuser shape. As a result, what happened? The valence electron experience greater pull or attraction, greater nuclear attraction due to the diffuser size of the f orbital also, and the greater amount of energy is required to ionize that element of the third transition series, and therefore the ionization enthalpy of the elements of the third transition series are much higher as compared to the first and second transition series. Third transition series means 5D series. First D series is 3D, 4D is the second, and 5D is the third. Third transition series always have the more ionization enthalpy as compared to second and third. This is asked into the examination. Give reason for 2 or 3 marks, and that is the answer. That the third ion as the third series started, that is the 5D series started, there is the 4f electron, because 5D when 5D fills, but first 4f fills and then 5D orbital is filled. In 4f orbital there are the 14 electrons, but the 4f orbital is very diffuse shape. Diffuse shape means the nuclear attraction can reach means REACH, okay, can reach to the electron and it attract that electron towards its shape. So poor shielding effect. Due to the poor shielding effect, what is there? Nuclear attraction increases. As attraction increases, electron cannot go easily, cannot given out easily. So large energy is required to remove that electron, and therefore the that is the third series. Third series means 5D series have the greater ionization enthalpy as compared to the first D series and second D series. Remember that. That is always asked into the examination. Now come to the next trend, that is the metallic character. We know that all the transition elements are very good metals. They are ductile, malleable, they are good conductors of heat and electricity. But what is the reason behind why they are metals? That is given here. Now, as the d orbital in every series of these d block elements are incompletely filled, that means in some element there is 1 electron, 2 electrons in the d orbital, 1, 2, 3 in this way. And we know that the metal always give the electrons and form the positive ions. For example, Na, sodium, it have the 1 electron into the its 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. The third the shell, it have the 1 electron, it give it easily and form the Na plus ion. We know that. So sodium is the metal. Metal always form the positive ion. Similarly, these have also the 1, 2 or 3 electrons into their last d orbital, and they can easily give that electron and form the positive ions. That is the first reason. Again, that is low ionization enthalpy. Their ionization enthalpy are low. We know that. Due to that, what happened? The electron get easily given out and they form the positive ions due to the low ionization. Do you understand what I am telling you? That is very important. Write the metallic character in this way. Low ionization enthalpy, vacant d orbital are responsible for the metallic character of the transition elements. All show yes, and these metals show their unit cell shape as that of hexagonal close packing, body centered close packing, and simple cubic packing type. That is means HCP, CCP and VCC type unit cells are there of these metals. And this is the very peculiar property of the metals, that they show the unit cell of this type, and therefore they are the true metals. Now this is about the metallic character. Now let us see the magnetic properties. Now let us study the fourth property, that is the trend in this fourth property, magnetic property. Now you know that what is magnetic property. Here is not about the magnet, but magnetic properties are of that substance are due to the unpaired electron present in that. We know that if the compounds of the transition elements have the atoms or ions in which there is unpaired electrons, and if we apply the magnetic field, and if that compounds are attracted towards the magnetic field having the unpaired electron, then that compounds are called as the paramagnetic. In 11th standard I tell you already about this. Paramagnetic elements or compounds which have the unpaired electron in their large outermost shell. And if the outermost shell contains the paired electron, then no question of paramagnetism, then that elements are called as the dimagnetic elements. So the compounds of transition element show the magnetic property due to the unpaired electrons and present in their atoms and ions. When the magnetic field is applied, the substance which are attracted toward the applied magnetic field are called as the paramagnetic substance, and which do not attracted are called as the dimagnetic substances. Now this is about the traits in properties of the transition elements.